What is up, everybody? Carolina Reaver Halstead here, and I am with our friend and co-tournament director, Jeff Sordahl. And today we're going to talk about tournament directing. Guys, so we are out here at Eagle Island State Park out in Eagle, Idaho, and we're getting ready to go through the custom layout that Jeff did specifically for the Treasure Valley Disc Golf number 6 finale event that will be going on here tomorrow. So he put out a couple of extra baskets, some new pin locations, and we're gonna test them out and see how they go.
All right, throwing my trusty Raptor here, Team Discraft. I'm Team Everybody.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Oh, I hit myself. Okay, I don't know where I went out, but I'm guessing over here somewhere. I was gonna say, what do you think, or what was it about tournament directing that made you want to?
I think just seeing other tournament directors and all the work they're putting in, and resources, finances, and recognizing that it's pretty much just because they love it, and that I imagine there's probably a high burnout rate. And so I think that the more people interested in running them and leading them will disperse the workload a little bit better. Right. So I think that was partly my interest, was to sort of help out and maybe contribute a little bit to the community. So
see, that's awesome, because I think it does, you know, you do have that burnout. I mean, don't get me wrong, like you helping me this year, yeah. Like holy cow, that actually helped me out a lot.
Oh, good.
So,
well, happy to help. And it's always fun too to get to play with courses like this, my home course, and you know, make it look different than what people are used to and expect. So it's nice, you know. All right, a little bit of a headwind here.
Have you practiced this course already? Man, I'd probably say one of the things that I think with this year made it a little difficult for us is that we both have really busy schedules.
Yes, yeah.
So I was really hoping that you and I would be able to get that back end done, like the tournament manager part.
Right.
And even though I showed you a few things here and there, it's kind of like, man, I really want you to be able to get in
You
there.
really need to be able to see it all the way through and put in numbers yourself. Yeah, I would say that was actually probably one of the things that surprised me most about learning to tournament direct, is that there's actually not a lot of great resources that teach you that part.
Right.
The PDGA has some videos, but they're not wonderful. And seeing sort of how you're doing it on the back end versus what is out there to kind of teach you how to do it. I mean, it's the PDGA could definitely improve that part of the process to make it a little bit easier to learn.
Yeah.
Maybe even offering classes, frankly, would be great.
Well, I think they were doing those little series, but I don't think it was more for rules than anything.
Yeah.
You remember with Sarah Hokum?
Yeah, those were typically rules from what I recall.
Yeah, those would have been great to have those videos, just to kind of, put people in different situations.
Yeah.
As far as tournament directing was concerned.
Yeah.
Of course I did land it back here. Oh, dang it. Okay, well.
So this is where you don't want to be.
Clearly. And I love this tree, I noticed. Well. Okay, turn.
That's it. You got a circle putt there.
Not the right angle.
That'll work.
But yeah, I think those video series would be good.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool if they actually did like a video just showcasing like a tournament start to finish. Like real world, just, you know, filmed it and showed how the entries work, you know, how they do all the funding and stuff. That would be, frankly, be ideal.
Right. Yeah, I talked to a bunch of people when I first started learning to understand really what the numbers.
Oh, good putting right there.
Yeah, to see like what the numbers really meant.
Yeah.
Because I did learn, and some tournament directors aren't gonna be happy that I'm saying this, but I did learn that there were some numbers that can be kind of manipulated a little bit, which I guess I understand, but at the same time, I don't.
Yeah.
Why are you making faces at me over there? Oh, of course I got this. Well, I got this lovely branch right there.
Oh.
And I couldn't get around it. Well, already I'm not doing too good.
It's a showcase of putting right here. All right, so this is a musket birdie. I think this is gonna be the CTP for a few of the divisions. Look at that bee's nest right there. See that hive?
Oh gosh, where?
Big old hive. Check that out.
Oh, holy cow.
I'm sure they're all sleeping, but yeah,
You should
it's
hit
pretty
it
big.
and see.
Yeah, hit it and see. Yeah,
You're like,
I'll save that
no,
knowledge
thank
for
you."
tomorrow for my card. Okay.
All right.
So this hole famously is the one I aced last year in the last TBDG. So I got to get ready to do it again with my leopard.
Dude, you know that the ace pot is up to 1260 now.
I know you were saying you're gonna, you know, put it into the pot of everybody if no one got the ace, but I said don't worry about it.
I know.
So,
He's like, I got it last year. I'll get it again this
don't
year.
worry about it. We're gonna get it. And just get down. That'll work. Oh, nice.
Oh, too much. Didn't hold enough.
What are you throwing there?
Mantis.
Oh, mantis, okay.
So you told me you're going to be doing, or you want to do a tournament next year.
Yeah.
Are you still going to call it Iron Eagle? Or are you going
That's
to
the
come up with a
hope.
different
Yeah,
name,
that is the hope and plan. I'd love to do it next year, probably around this time. Really trying to think about the logistics of it, so I'll have to talk more about with you. But yeah, the idea would be a 2-day, 27-hole layout at Eagle, where we would actually introduce 9 holes out in the front. So like a brand new 9 holes. So 9 holes that would then play into the normal hole 1 at Eagle Island. So
Gotcha.
and we'd probably add some of this stuff that I've done out here, like the safari holes, combining holes, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I know there have been a few of them that I'm like, oh, I'm kind of bummed out our division doesn't get to play this one.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, you know, would you really go as far as putting like a par 6, you know? Like,
yeah.
it's probably not a good idea.
Yeah. Okay. A little headwind putt through the tree. Here we go. Oh,
Ooh.
so close.
Oh,
Oh no. So you can see our new hole 11 right there.
Yeah.
That one everyone will play.
You always did.
It was going in.
You're like, I put
That
enough
was
on
the knuckleball. So I'm gonna try to throw like a short shot to the left to give me something over the top. Well, I threw it low. Actually, that might work out okay. If you got a low angle to the right,
I was
okay.
gonna say that looks like it'd be pretty good. How long did you take, or how many days were you out here trying to get everything prepped for the event?
Oh man, that's a good question. I think I started last weekend with, or maybe it was even before then, to clear 19. That was the biggest work, was creating that new hole. And then, but
I
otherwise,
still can't believe you did that.
Yeah.
I was like, we played it the other day, and
Yeah.
I'm like, holy cow, he cut all.
Yeah, but no, I built the tower for it, you know, weeks ago, and I built the Mando sign that's out on 12, you know, months ago, and so just kind of have this stuff, getting it ready for the time I would get to use it. So been looking forward to this moment.
Well, what's nice is that you basically, I feel like tournament directing is broken into two you know, areas, right? So it's obviously course prep, doing the layout, marking, doing all those things, and then you have the other side, which is more of like, you know, the admin side of it.
Yeah.
And so I know this year for sure you were taking a lot of the course prep on, which was great.
Yeah. No, it's been good, and even getting to know like the community, the park rangers and stuff, and seeing how that side works has been really helpful to see.
Right.
But I don't know, Kenny, what do you think? Should I do a big turnover or should I go forehand? Nope. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna do a safe shot. This is my tournament shot. I'll just forehand around the corner, and then I'm gonna do a fun one. So that's totally safe. Yep. Boom.
You know what's so funny is I didn't even look at that line when he was going to forehand. I thought he was going to Annie flex it through the trees.
Oh.
Because that would have been my line. Because I don't throw up over trees.
All right, take a
funny.
stable disc and put it on Annie and see what happens. Might come out a little too quick, yeah. A little more fade or turn, that would have been fine. All right. I like that spot though. This is a good spot to be.
So this is the new hole 8, right?
New hole 8, right?
So what are a few things that you would want to end up learning?
From like tournament?
Yeah, from
directing?
like a tournament director aspect.
Yeah. I think watching you do it, and things that I'm like most curious about is how they're that is players are not aware of is just the idea that, like, you know, all this money is going into it, also has to be paid out, and so then it's like, well, you know, how are all these other things, like how do you sustain a club, you know, if there's only so much coming in and most of it's going out, which that is kind of what told me that, man, you all are just doing this because you love disc golf. I mean, and I think a lot of people take that for granted, the players. I mean, I know there's a lot of grateful people, but there's also a lot of people that I think don't understand how much goes into making these things happen, and so yeah, I just wanted to kind of understand the just fundamental nature of how like these tournaments run, how people get paid out, how you pay for the park, you pay for all these other things, and I'm just really curious about that. I definitely don't think there's any get rich scheme out of it. Like, I don't think anyone's going to be able to get rich off of like running tournaments at disc golf, like it's just not going to happen. And in fact, I'm more curious how you stay not, out of the red.
Right.
So, but yeah.
So a lot of that is, like I said, it's that admin, short. That admin part of it.
Yeah.
And I think, when I had started the club and decided to do these events, there was no payment for me.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure
That's an ace.
I wanted to make sure that players got the most out of their payout.
Yeah.
It was affordable.
Yeah.
And they were able to get a fun sanction around it.
Yeah.
So this was a conversation, like I said, that I was having with other tournament directors, because at some point, it's like, okay, this is a lot of work to do, and that's why when tournament directors, I think there's that that conversation that happens in the back with, amongst tournament directors about what can tournament directors make by running an event.
Right.
And I've noticed that conversation goes a couple of different ways, because you do have some, like I said earlier, that kind of, play with the numbers a little bit and probably, profit a little bit more, than I feel, or that people feel that they should. And then there's others that don't profit at all. So it's like, where's the happy medium?
Right. There's your drop zone, by the way. That's,
of course. Well, now I know I can't throw a minute over here.
It's like I've thrown this shot before and decided like where it was going to be based on where it landed.
Right?
Yeah. Boom. That's how you get it too.
So I think like just with the club in general, how we do the, the extra $5 per player to put back into course maintenance.
Right.
And so that's the stuff that we use to kind of pay for concrete tee pads or whatever. So like, for example, if Andrew puts in that hole 19, that's what it's gonna come out of.
Yeah, and like I know you guys helped with like getting a mower up at Cascade to help Larry run, and there's a lot that the club does to keep these courses running. Which is pretty cool.
But I feel like keeping the cost down. So like, for example, I was really wanting to make sure that everybody got their like first, second, and third place trophy, even though it's a $45 entry. Do we really need to do that? But some people like it and appreciate it. So keeping costs down by making your own trophies was like another way to save. And so we get enough of a surplus kind of gathered throughout the 5 events that the 6th event is the one where it kind of gets like all that surplus kind of goes back.
Right.
And that's for the
barbecue,
food and,
all that stuff.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's kind of a nice like give back, and
Oh, buddy. That's in the field. Back door.
did he go
the other back door? That might be really far back. I did not get that up.
You know what? It makes me think of like it's tax season. You pay taxes all year, and then you get your refund and
right.
put it towards something. So
you guys
I feel
get
like
refunds?
It's
what the heck? No, I'm just kidding. Nice flex. All right.
So I'm wondering next year if you end up wanting to run more of the back books of it.
Yeah, I would definitely be.
That would be kind of cool.
Definitely want to, make an effort next year to see what it looks like on the back end more. I know we've done it a couple times, partially, but I think that would be really important.
Honestly, I think it's just going to be one of those things where I just say, okay, here you go. And get it taken care of.
Right,
Because you have to be able to play with it. And this is one of the things I've talked to the PDGA about. I'm like, sometimes when we have these events, you have the one login.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, can't we get like another login specifically for the club?
Right.
So that way club members, you know what I mean?
More people can manage it, yeah.
They can run it and do whatever they need to. And she's like, yeah, right now we just don't have that. And I'm like, man, you guys got to get on that.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it does make it hard to share that information without sharing your own password.
Yeah. All right, this is a fun one. I made this like 10-foot Mando so you can see it from the pad. It's like 80 pounds of cement too.
I know, when you said that, I was like, oh, wait, what? So Jeff, what got you into disc golf?
Are we recording? Oh man, I
recording.
shouldn't have been saying all those bad things. Yeah, what got me into disc golf? So I was one of the COVID babies. So I found disc golf. I'd played way early in like my college years, so early 2000s, and had no idea how to play, just like screwed around when I was in college. So then COVID came around, and I had a friend that played, and he was pretty good. And I was like, I want to learn how to be decent at this. And so didn't have much to do. Worked in a hospital, so got sent home and had a field behind me. So I just spent a lot of time throwing in the field, watching YouTube videos. And I was also something that I could do with my son and take him out. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. So then I randomly kind of started meeting people on courses that played in local tournaments, and that's kind of what brought me into playing with the Treasure Valley Disc Golf Club. And
yeah, that's crazy.
Then from there I got addicted, and I think I've probably averaged like, I don't know, 17 tournaments a year since then. So yeah.
So literally what, since 2020 or 2021?
2020 was my first year. The first tournament I ever played was the Ulibarri Safari, the first one. It was unsanctioned. And it was so funny because Paul, he like came out and did a clinic, and again, I was like learning how to play, so I'm like, great, like there's some pro that maybe can show me how I'm supposed to drive and stuff. And it was so cool. Like he took the time, showed me how to grip a disc, like actually like took the time and like stood there with me as I was throwing drives at Ann Morrison, and he was giving me these pointers. I had no idea who this guy was. Like I just knew he was like the pro that was like local, but I had no idea who he was. And like he, you know, gave discs, like the first run Raptors, I think, were the discs that they gave out for that thing. And I could have like got it signed. I was just like, thanks, dude. Like, you know, I have no idea who you are. And then it was just funny. So like after that year, obviously, like knowing who Paul was, I'm like, oh, that was such a cool experience. Had no idea though.
You're like, had no idea.
He was so down to earth that it was just like, you know, he was so cool about it. Oh, a little low.
Yeah, that's actually crazy because there are so many players that are like that you would never have known.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so this is a funny story. I had something almost similar. So I think it was my first year, I guess, really playing.
Yeah.
It was the first time I had gone to San Antonio and played with Valerie Mondahano. So it was my first time meeting her. And then it was so funny because Jay, Yeti Redding,
oh yeah,
found my disc that I lost.
Yeah.
And I had no clue who he was. So of course I was like, oh, thanks. And then there was something familiar about him I couldn't figure out. I was like,
yeah,
I feel like I know you from somewhere. And one of the guys was like, yeah, you're talking to Yeti. Like, come on, he's only this, and starts putting out all the accolades and stuff. And I'm like, okay, I'm 100% mortified. That's why he looks familiar, because I've seen him
yeah,
on the YouTube.
right.
But yeah.
Yeah.
That was my most embarrassing, I feel like.
Yeah, I think it's a cool sort of unique aspect to the sport, particularly right now that even the professionals are so kind of available and, you know, just laid back and down to earth people that are happy to interact with you.
Yeah, there's a good chunk of them. Some of them I think it's just changing because, you know, disc golf in general is changing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you kind of have you have those handful that are just, oh.
Yeah.
You know, and it sucks because it changes the way you feel about them.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Which also kind of sucks because you're like, man, I was really digging on this player, and now he's kind of a jerk. And I don't know if I want to support that anymore.
Yeah.
But I get it at the same time because I see what the Disc Golf Pro Tour is doing, and they're trying to make it super elite, you know.
Right.
So it kind of comes with the territory, but another reason why I love Own, because it doesn't matter how big she gets.
Oh, she's so cool.
She is so chill.
So cool.
I love her.
That's why I need that signed disc this weekend. So whatever the CTP is,
hey,
I'm just gonna have to get it.
There's gonna be another one in the raffle.
Or I'm gonna otherwise I'll just give you a disc and have her sign it. So. So, yeah.
All right, so
Keeps me busy.
Hole 19, this is Jeff's baby right here.
Yeah.
It was so funny when you had this picture or the video.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I love that you totally just left this mullion.
Yeah, I thought it looked cool.
It was like the couple of pieces that you just kind of left just chilling.
I can't believe like how much this cleared out just in that time. Like, I mean, all this was cut brush and it like, boom.
All right, guys, so that concludes our practice round for the Tour Series finale. We did try to talk about the aspects of tournament directing, but I think we just kind of got caught up in
shooting low scores.
You know, practicing. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will get back more content to you guys.